Alrighty. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Test one, test one, test one. So here's a bit of an update video, and let's go ahead and start. We just finished up with our PS1 games. Yes, giving you guys, 16, 25 minutes of each game. Nothing in full length. And from there, I did say we're going to be starting the PS2 gameplay. Again, we're not going to go all the way through with a lot of games on there. 15, 25, sometimes 30 minutes when it comes to the PS2 games. And this week I wanted to start 50 Cent Bulletproof. And because that is such a very great game and everything, I just wanted to do full gameplay of that. Especially in parts. Now, unfortunately, the game is not working. It does have scratches on it. I have no idea how that came to be. That's been in its jacket for so long. So when I get extra money, I'm going to have to take that game in to definitely get it buffed out. And right now, trying to get work, trying to build up some extra money. Money's a bit tight right now, so I can't afford $5 to get that game buffed out. Another game that I do want to definitely give you guys a full playthrough of is definitely Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. That's a game I got to get buffed out as well. There's no scratches on it, it's just that it's not working, and I have no idea why. So I'm going to get that one buffed out anyways. And then Star Wars The Force Unleashed, I will be giving you guys full gameplay definitely of that as well. So where do we go to from here? I know a lot of people are wondering, hey, where's the live streams? I understand this channel's not that big. I understand that I don't get a lot of views. But I've done a video talking about why Microsoft and Sony discontinued their services after 5 years, or 5 years, not really after, but pretty much within 5 years. They discontinued their services really short when it came to the PS4 and the Xbox One, I think. So they discontinued their servers, and a lot of people now are starting to say they got trouble with their PS4 when it comes to downloading, logging in, trying to get certain servers to work, trying to use certain systems when it comes to it. And a lot of people don't realize, hey, if you got a PS4 or an Xbox One, Sony and Microsoft discontinued their services for those consoles because of the PS5 and the Xbox Series X that came out. So their servers are now focused on the new consoles, and I am going to be building up money to definitely get a PS5 for myself for Christmas. I understand there's no games out for it yet besides sports games, and I'm not a sports person. If anything, I think I'm going to wait until, I want to say, GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out for the PS5 like it's supposed to, because I'm curious to know, what they're going to be adding in those games to definitely make it different, to definitely make it stand out for the new generation consoles. Because if you guys look at the Xbox 360, when GTA 5 came out, it was ahead of its time. We thought we could unlock a lot of stuff until they introduced to us, online, play on there, and you got to be able to do a lot more modding as well. And by the time the PS4 version came out, that game, it was the more suitable version. It made the game, more better, because you got to add more cars. You got more customizations, more weapons that came with the PS4 version, and it definitely expanded the gameplay a little bit longer as well. Not too long, but just a bit. And it really made it the more superior version of that game. So I'm hoping, they can add more customizations, more cars, way more weapons, and probably more outfits when the PS5 version comes out for the PS5. And hopefully, they might add more outfits, more weapons, more customizations, And hopefully, if they want to, they can add either Mexico or Guarma to the RDR2 map in the PS5 version, since the PS5 is going to be a lot more bigger engine, and each engine that gets bigger, you get to add more expansion to it because the technology for gaming definitely evolves. So there's that. I know some people have been playing a lot of the Arkham games for the PS5 version with the graphics, but I think there's only so much that you can do when it comes to updating graphics with Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. So I'm gonna stick to the PS4 version of those. I know a lot of people have been playing Arkham Knight. It's not one of my favorites. You guys already know how I feel about that in particular game, so I don't see that. The only thing I'm probably gonna be waiting for to come out when it comes to that is next year for Gotham Knights. So that's really about it. When it comes to pre-recorded gameplay, since we can no longer live stream on the two older consoles because the servers have been disconnected for those, thanks to Microsoft and Sony, I'm gonna be hopefully next month. Next month I'm supposed to have a little bit of extra money for myself, so I'm gonna be getting something, a USB AV cable thing. What it is, it has like a USB plug-in port at the end, and the AV cables that have the points on them, which are the red, white, and yellow. And I already have like a capture device hooked onto my computer for movies, for VHS tapes. You can also use them for certain, like older game consoles, and I'm pretty sure it can work for the PS4, for example, or like a Switch if you have like a USB port plug-in as well, and you can just able to capture it, through your computer. It's capturing the gameplay while you're looking at the screen or whatever you're playing on. So I'm hopefully that's gonna work with that. I do have a capture device. It is packed away, but that one is a bit more older, and it did do its job for me when I first used it on my Jazzy Entertainment channel. But other than that, it was time for me to try to find something a bit more simple, some a bit more smaller that doesn't take up much room. Because the one I got, it is pretty big. It comes a headache at times. It is pretty expensive, but it is, one of the most reliable when it comes to something like that, like the PS, 4. I don't know about the 360, but one thing I've been thinking about as well, and it took me a while, and I really had to think about it. Will I invest into another 360? I done a video not long ago talking about the 360 after 15 years did not age well. And let me tell you something, man. For a 15-year-old console, it didn't age well, but for its time, it was ahead of its time. A lot of people, such as myself, had such great memories with that console. Playing it, almost 15 years later, right? Well, I always thought the screen was much bigger, but then you got to remember, the screens back then for those were considered big, and just about each year or so, you get bigger TVs that come out, and then you got like what, every 5-8 years you have a new console that comes out to adapt to the bigger TV screens. And some of those games for 10 years old, almost 16 years old, a lot of those games unfortunately didn't age well at all. For example, the first Red Dead Redemption 1 game, for it being 10 years old, the graphics and the story, did not age well. Undead Nightmare, its graphics are all right at times, but that's still a very much, replayable version of that game, which is the zombie version. So that ended up aging pretty good. Now, I do know they have them on the PS4 Play Store, but I'm not paying $100 for like a game I'm only gonna probably not play but once. So there's that. Um, what's another game that didn't age well? I think it was Saints Row Third. I believe. I think it was Saints Row Third, where you get to take over a big tower, and the last mission is on a movie set. I think it's that one, and you fight your way out of an airplane, something like that. Saints Row Third for its time, I really enjoyed that game. I loved it. I had more fun with that game than GTA 5 for the 360 at the time. But Saints Row the Third, when I tried to replay that, it didn't age well. It didn't age well at all. A couple of games that I did play for it that I think aged well was definitely 50 Cent Blood on the Sand. That aged well. Batman Arkham Origins, and then Batman Arkham Asylum and Arkham City for the 360 definitely aged well. It definitely did. But if I were to definitely revest in one, I think I would revest in one that works, but just have it packed up, because I know that, again, the system and the games, didn't age too well. I don't know if anybody has even played the 360 within this time. I don't think a lot of people have. I do know a lot of people consider one of the classic systems because of so much stuff that was able to do, and it was. But if I were to reinvest one, which I will, it's just going to be for nostalgia purposes and just keep it packed up, because I know that for a 15-year-old console, it didn't age well. So there's that. So, going back, and I don't know if I finished my sentence, but going back, I will be getting that USB AV, adapter in order to convert gameplay for the PS4 onto my computer while I'm looking at my TV screen. You know what I'm saying? I will be doing that hopefully on the 1st on Saturday, ordering that in throughout Amazon. Other than that, that's really about it. Not too much else really going on as far as updates are concerned. Like I said, I really wanted to do 50 Cent this week, but again, I got to get that game buffed out. And another game I got to get buffed out is Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness. I've never played that before. I definitely got to get that buffed out. I'm not too certain when I'll be able to do that. It is one of those things where, I do got to get extra money. If anything, I may have to go backwards right now, starting from the last game I got, a couple more, skip some that I got to get buffed out, keep going, and then I'll have to stop at the 50 Cent one, because again, there's 3 games I got to get buffed out, which is 50 Cent, Revenge of the Sith, and Angel of Darkness. And when I get those buffed out, I will be definitely playing those games for you guys. Yes, for you guys, absolutely. So, with that being said, not really too much as far as updates are concerned. We do still have a lot more data frog games. So I think tomorrow I'll upload another data frog game for you guys, as well as this vlog for this channel for today. And we'll see where we'll go from there. But things are gonna take some time, to get where I want to get to do with what I want to do. And yeah, with that being said, I'm out. Peace.